Welcome for Congressman Adam Putnam.
I tell you, I sure am proud of Polk's hometown girl, Kelly Stargell. And I'm excited to welcome Alaska's finest daughter to Polk County. This is Palin country. John McCain and Sarah Palin. They are going to be there for small businesses. People that are enemy number one in Barack Obama's tax plan. They'll be there for families. They'll be there for our Second Amendment rights, as Sarah Palin has demonstrated oh so well. They will be the last line of defense for common sense if Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid are still running the U.S. Congress. John McCain and Sarah Palin represent a dynamic duo, the embodiment of the American dream. John McCain represents the sacrifice that is so often necessary to preserve that American dream. John McCain and Sarah Palin live every day the courage of their convictions. It is not a stump speech. It is not a teleprompter. It is not a cute twist of phrase written by some 25-year-old staffer. It is a lifetime of service and sacrifice, and he has the scars to prove it. We face great challenges as a nation, no question about it. The threat from people who would destroy Western civilization is still very real. The threat to our economy is very real. The threat to our culture, to our values, to our core convictions is very real. And we need John McCain and Sarah Palin standing up for the founding principles of the United States of America. Standing up for our men and women in uniform, not trying to cut funding when they're in harm's way. Standing up for our first responders, our men and women in uniform who run into buildings that are on fire, who protect us from bad guys. Standing up for the mom and pop restaurants and barber shops and businesses on Main Street that support the high school band, that support the ROTC, that support the 4-H clubs. You don't declare war on small businesses, you lift up small businesses. There's a backbone of this. You don't put government bureaucrats in charge of health care. You decide who your doctor is. You know, we had an opportunity to meet an awful lot of you. And by the way, we apologize to those who don't have room in the hangar, but what a good problem to have. The silent majority is silent no more. They're here in Polk City. I know that there are people here today from both political parties, people who are putting their country first, and they are here to support a man who has always put his country first. The problem with the message on the other side of the aisle is not just that it's coming from the other side of the aisle, the problem is that it's wrong. The The problem is that you're trying to keep people dependent on the government, not let them be interdependent, be independent, be on their own. You don't support small businesses by punishing them if they ever grow to be medium-sized businesses. What kind of an economic plan is that? So, we are now in the closing days of this historic campaign. We are in the closing days of one of the longest presidential campaigns. But now we have to take our energy from these candidates who have been in so many cities and so many states for so long. We now say, what can we do? When we leave the gates of the fantasy of flight, what can we do to change the direction of America? What can we do to preserve our core values? And so that's where are you prepared to make sure that you and everyone in your family and everyone on your cul-de-sac vote on Tuesday? Are you prepared to go home this afternoon and before the kickoff of the Florida-Georgia game, go Gators? Are you prepared to sit down and email all of your friends and make sure that they are committed to showing up to vote on Tuesday? Are you committed to working in a precinct on Tuesday to make sure AZKobryn doesn't pull any more shenanigans in Florida? Are you committed to wave signs at every major intersection in Central Florida? These are the things that we have to do. You are the foot soldiers for democracy. You're the foot soldiers for making our system work. You're the foot soldiers for making sure that it's not just the desire only in our heart to elect John McCain and Sarah Palin, but that it converts into action and we get the job done on Tuesday. So block out what's going on in Ohio or Pennsylvania or Hawaii or wherever that we cannot control and focus on what we can control. That means delivering your hometown, delivering your precinct, delivering Polk County, delivering Central Florida, and delivering the Sunshine State for John McCain and Sarah Palin. God bless you for what you do, and let's get this crowd warmed up for Alaska's native daughter, Sarah Palin, the next